Alright guys, good morning and welcome back to the channel. It's Mark with theredstarloft. We've got a real gloomy one today. I was gonna go take the birds out in the toss, but it's still raining on and off. No rush, they can go tomorrow. I'll take them tomorrow. My dad will take them Friday. And they'll be just fine. Their next race is short, it's 150 miles. We have 150, 200 and 350 left, so the birds should do just alright. Let me show you the birds right now. These are my flyers. All but one made it back home. One of those red checks like this one, he made it home the next day, and his sibling didn't make it home at all. So they're all lined up down here. They're waiting to be fed. They're going to be fed in a little bit, but first we're going to talk about something else. The question that I keep getting on every single video that I post. Hey, are you giving away ever any pigeons? Are you ever selling any pigeons? And like, etc, etc. I'm sure every guy that's ever put out a YouTube video gets this all the time. Well, today is that day. So basically I'm going to talk about some birds that I will either be giving away or selling. I have to drastically downsize my birds for the reasons that I'm going to go into later on in another video, but a big downsize is coming, and I have to that means that, you know, I have to get rid of birds. And the first birds that I'm going to be getting rid of are the birds that did not raise this year. Now, they didn't raise for one of two reasons. Well, kind of three reasons. So when I started my season, I ordered 55 rings. Seagulls only shipped me 50 rings. And I received them the day before coupling, so I didn't have time to go and request more rings and get refund. And I was only charged for 50, and they delivered 50, which was, you know, 5 less than what I needed. And then besides that, if you guys remember, I had that 100-mile toss that I took my birds to, and another 3 or 4 birds came back with their rings off. So I'm guessing they went into somebody else's loft and their racing chip got taken off. Whatever it was past coupling, and once coupling came and went, you can't just mess with birds, order more rings and put it on different birds. So these are birds that I've bred for the purposes of racing this year. But because of the circumstances, I didn't get to race this year, so let's take a look at them. Alright. And while you guys are looking at them, I kind of want to go over the rules of how I plan on doing this. So I have 8 birds here. All these birds that you see are birds that can go. I have 8 birds here. I am basically giving these birds away. These birds, as well as a few breeders. I'm going to go over the breeders too. But I'm willing to give everything away to anybody who's willing to come and pick them up. So if you want to come, if you want to pick up all of the birds, you can have all of the birds for free. Now, if nobody wants to come pick them up, you know, I understand. Not everybody lives in Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Michigan, you know, Tennessee, states that kind of surround us here. If you want me to ship birds, I will ship you birds, but you're gonna have to pay for shipping, you're gonna have to pay for box, and I'm also gonna charge you per bird. So that's kind of, I would really prefer somebody to come here and just pick up all of the birds. I'll give them to them for free without a problem, and they can get on. But like I said, if you want me to ship you birds, I will ship you birds, but you'll have to pay a lot. Not, you know, not saying you'll have to pay a lot for a bird. Like I said, you'll have to pay for shipping, you'll have to pay for the box, and I will charge you per bird because I absolutely hate shipping birds and it's a huge hassle for me. But anyway, I'm not gonna go into, you know, too great of detail about any of them. This is last year's hen. She's the one that's been flying with these guys. She was off of that Jansen pair that I've got in there. And yeah, she's just been making these guys company all year. You guys know this this one and this one. They're pretty birds, but they're obviously not great flyers. I never even intended on putting rings on them. They just, you know, they're nice birds to look at. I think they're called pies or whatever. So yeah, these two, that's a cock and that's a hen, I believe. Those just come off of some birds that I used to have in this loft that are over at my dad's house. So the one with the orange snap-on band and the one with the black one right here, again, they are the birds off of that Jansen pair that I have up there. All of these are 2020 birds. And then same thing with these black birds. They come off of the birds. If you guys watched my channel from last year, I had that black hen and that black cockbird and yellow hen. All of these birds come from them. All of these guys have flown to 100 miles and come back. So even though they haven't raced, they've been out to 100 miles. So, and this is off of a pair of Hubans right here. Another really nice bird. All of these, you guys know my birds. My birds aren't sick, they aren't weak, they get fed properly, they get proper minerals. I mean, for somebody offering you free birds, I really don't think you can get better free birds than what I'm offering. I mean, I'm sure you can, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not just trying to get rid of something weak, ugly, and sick. These are all healthy birds in top shape that fly multiple times a week. So that's these 8. Oh, and before I get too much further, how to get in contact with me. If you don't have my cell phone number, I'm not just going to be giving it out randomly. Please, in the description, I will leave my email address. The email address is theredstarloft@gmail.com. You can contact me there. I'm not going to go through comments and negotiate and talk and discuss. It's just, yeah, that's not meant for comments. Please send me an email. I get a notification when an email comes, just like I get a notification when a text comes. Shoot me an email. The email's in the description. I don't want to be discussing it in comments back and forth. That's too unorganized. So please, an email if you don't already have my cell phone number. So that's these 8. Now, the breeders, like I said, I will just kind of point them out. You guys can see them in the previous videos. If you go to my videos from December when I was pairing up the birds, you can get a much greater detail. But these 2 pairs up here, these are both Jansen blue bars. They've raced for me this season. They've been paired up for the last few years. You guys, I'm giving away those 2 pairs as well. That's 4 birds. This is, there you can see them 2. They're a couple years old. I mean, just really, really nice, pretty birds, as you can tell. You guys know her, my aggressive hen. Let me see where her cockbird's at. He's hiding in the back, but it's a blue bar back there. No, right there. He's right down there. So I'm giving them 2 away. I'm giving away her, that's sitting right down there. And she's also made it to a blue, yep, them 2 right there. They're standing next to each other. That blue bar standing on the left and the hen laying on eggs on the right. I'm giving her away, and these 2 right here. I'm sorry I didn't turn the flashlight on so you guys can't see. Yep, these 2, they are free to go. So like I've said, guys, everything that I've showed you, I know I'm not doing handling and showing you the wing and all that. I don't have time to do all that, and I'm not trying to ask hundreds of dollars for the birds, even though if I wanted to I could, but besides the point. I'm giving away 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of birds, plus the 8 here. So we've got, what is that, 14? 16 birds. Yeah. 16 birds that I've got to give away, guys. Plus, I have another at least 10 birds over at my dad's house. And they're all birds that you've seen. Again, if you go to my videos from late last year, they're all the birds that were in this loft. There's much more color by him. There's a solid red. There is a solid white. There is 2 or 3 blue bars. There's a solid black. There's a solid yellow. So again, I have 10 birds at his house. To somebody who's interested, I can go get them, get them all boxed up, send them a picture. But all in all, this might be confusing and hard to keep up with. All in all, I have roughly 25 birds that I am getting rid of between my loft and my dad's loft. So, as I've said, just to go over a couple of those things, I'm not asking any money for these birds for anybody who's willing to come by and who's willing to pick them up. Come over, bring your baskets. We'll chit chat for a little bit. I'll give you all of the birds. I'd be happy to see them go to a good home, especially if somebody plans on breeding and racing. They have priority. I will prioritize them, and I will give the birds to them over everybody else if they plan on racing them. But even if you're not planning on racing them, as long as I feel like they're going to a good home, they're free to go to a good home. And yeah, you guys know me. I take care of them. I watch after them. I fly them. I exercise them. I would want somebody to do the same. So that's what I got for you guys. 25 or so birds, including young birds, including old birds, paired up birds, birds from here, birds from my dad's. We'll just round it off and say 25 free to go to whoever is willing to make the drive. Again, I will ship if if you're interested in certain pairs or whatever, certain birds. I would much rather prefer somebody come and get them all. But I will ship if need be, but you'll have to pay per bird, which I haven't even decided on the price yet, per bird, for shipping boxes and shipping itself. So it's much more difficult for everybody involved. So that's basically what I got for you guys. I'm gonna be taking the birds on a toss tomorrow, Friday, and then Saturday they're being basketed. Next race is coming up, so that's what I've got. Like I said, in the description below is my email address. It's theredstarloft@gmail.com. Send all your inquiries, questions, requests there if you don't have my cell phone. Otherwise, yeah, do not message me in the comments regarding that, just because comments are hard to keep track of. Replies, you don't get notifications. You have to dig through individually and look for it, and it's not a place for that. So send me a message, send me an email, and we'll take it from there. And again, if nobody's willing to come, I can just post them on Craigslist and sell them that way. But I don't want to do that because then I have no idea who they're going to. But either way, they've got to go. So like, share, comment. If you're not, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I'll be back with you probably in a few days.